Have you ever bought something you couldn't afford? Something that would change everything if you could just find a way to pay for it? Well, $400. That's all he needed. Not $40,000, not $4,000, just $400. But he was dead broke, and what he was about to attempt had never been done before. Sometimes your greatest moment comes when there's no way back. No safety net, no second chances. This is one of those stories. A true story, by the way. It's 1954, Pine Valley Golf Course, New Jersey. Now, if you don't know Pine Valley, let me paint you a picture. It's not just any golf course. It's a monster, a legend, a career killer. More sand than grass, more hazards than fairway, more nightmares than dreams. Onto the tee box steps a struggling 25-year-old salesman, living paycheck to paycheck. He'd never played that golf course before. He'd heard the rumors, but had no idea what to expect. The young salesman was no hustler, but today, he had to hustle. He needs money, hundreds of dollars, and he needs it today. So, he needles his golf companions. Pine Valley can't be such a hard course, he says. They laugh. Would you care to put a little money behind that? They bark back. He says, well, all right, I guess. How about this? For every stroke over 80, I'll pay you $100. The local players can barely contain their laughter. And for every stroke under par, you pay me $100. Now, you got to remember, this is 1954 when $100 meant something. It's the equivalent of more than $1,000 today. So, the course par was 72, which means the kid needed to shoot better than par on one of the toughest courses in America, his first time playing it. But here's what nobody knew. He was broke, completely broke. He couldn't even cover one stroke over 80. Talk about pressure. Talk about stakes. Talk about putting it all on the line. For you, that's like the new product launch that you're considering, the expansion that you're planning, that pivot that could make or break everything. First hole, par 4, 427 yards. Dogleg right, woods left, sand and scrub right, and a green that drops off 10 feet on 3 sides. Our salesman stands over a 30-foot putt, already lying 4, his hand steady, his future hanging by a thread, and sinks it. Whew. 1 putt down, 17 holes to go, and now less than 0 room for an error. But he's already 1 over par, and it's only the first hole. But hole after hole, shot after shot, the unknown salesman did the impossible. His golfing companions would never have believed it if they hadn't witnessed it with their own eyes. The final score, 68. 4 strokes under par, which according to the bet meant $400 in winnings. Exactly what he needed to pay for something special, something he'd already bought, something that would change his life forever. An engagement ring, not just a piece of jewelry, but his entire future, his dream life, all riding on 1 round of golf. This was the ring for the woman he'd be married to for the next 45 years of his life until her death at age 65. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds like some local legend, some tall tale from the clubhouse. But this story changed sports history. You see, this wasn't just any desperate salesman. This wasn't just any crazy bet. This wasn't just any round of golf. This was Arnold Palmer. Yes, that Arnold Palmer. Here's what I love about this story. Often it's when your back is against the wall, when you have to find a way. That is when you discover what you're truly capable of. You see, it was that day back in 1954, that round of golf, that Arnie learned just how good he could be when he had to. So it was that same year that Cleveland salesman made golf his profession. So, grab your Darren Daily Journal. Here's your assignment today. Number 1, write down your must-win moment. What's your Pine Valley? What's your do or die situation? What's your no way back challenge? Be specific, be honest, be bold. Number 2, calculate your real stakes, not what you might lose, but what you must gain. Like Arnold's ring, what's your non-negotiable outcome? What's your have to achieve? And then 3, raise your game. Ask yourself, what would I do differently if failure wasn't an option? How would I perform if I had to succeed? What would I attempt if I knew I couldn't fail? Because here's the reality. Your greatest performance isn't hiding in your comfort zone. Your breakthrough moment isn't waiting in your safety net. Your defining achievement is waiting on the other side of must. Not just what you should do, but what you must do. Not someday, but now. Share below, what's your must-win moment? What's your Pine Valley waiting to be conquered? Remember, Arnold Palmer didn't become a legend by playing it safe. He became a legend by betting on himself when he had everything to lose. What will you bet on yourself to achieve? Your defining moment is waiting. Your legacy awaits.